Hey guys, how's it going? So today is day number 2 of the Dream Stream install. You can see everybody is gathered together, kind of getting the game plan for the day. So I'm going to walk you through it as well. So yesterday, they got all of this excavated, lined, the seam done between the liner in the existing pond and the liner in the new area. They got all of these rocks placed to the big branch placed. So this morning you can see that they've laid out some aqua blocks in the centipede and some of the stuff for the wetland filter, because there will be a second wetlands right here, just to get an idea of what the size needed to be. And I'll walk you through how all of that works here in just a little bit. But the wetlands will be roughly like right in this area, right where Lauren's standing. And then there'll be a waterfall closer to where the excavator is. But they are on a time crunch this morning because they're going to try to get all of that done on that end of the pond before noon, because we have a water truck coming at noon. Also, the existing pond, we are going to take the fish out and put them in a holding tank, and we are going to do a deep dive clean on that side. So the cleaning will be going on one side, the excavating and finishing up will be going on the other side, and then hopefully we can get it all filled today. We've got pond plants coming at 4 o'clock, so we'll get all those put in, and then we're going to turn everything on, I think, tomorrow. That is the game plan. Tremendous amount of work. Like, I look at that and think, nope, that's not going to happen. But you get this group of people together, it's going to happen. So this right here is the starting of the filtration system in the wetlands. And I want to show you the rest of it over here. These big black crates, they're called aqua blocks, and they've filled these full of bio balls, which they are going to be using, well, you can see in here, little spheres that have a bunch of surface area. So they're using those in lieu of a bunch of rocks and gravel because they are so much easier to clean. I guess when, I've never cleaned a wetland before, I'm sure my day will come, but when you have the bio balls, all you have to do is rinse them and stuff just falls right off of them. When you use rocks and gravel, which is a totally great way to do a filtration system as well, and one that's very common, but it's just a little bit more effort in the cleaning department because you got to shovel stuff around and so on and so forth. Of course, I'm not an expert on that part yet. Any of this yet. So we're just going to be bringing you along for day number 2. I will stop periodically to give you guys updates. I feel like I'm just kind of along for the ride. And I jump in whenever I can be helpful at any point, but sometimes I feel like these guys are just, they work in such a rhythm that I kind of just stand back, watch it unfold. So they're talking right now about where the pathway is going to be versus where this is going to be. They don't want to neck anything down too much because there will be big stones around everything. Gosh, I'm so excited to see the water in this and to see it flowing. It's going to be awesome.
Do you know about aqua blocks?
A little bit.
So this is going to be the constructive wetland filter. Yep. You have one existing on the pond already,
yes,
right? This is going to be another one because we're adding all this pond volume, so we have to filter that. So we're going to add another filter here. Basically, we're going to pump into the bottom of this, and where's that piece? So this is our centipede, right? Okay. So we've got plumbing that comes from your pumps all the way at the other end of the pond, running up through 3-inch pipe. And we're going to go down. This will be at the very bottom of our excavation. We're going to dig down 3 feet in the ground. Okay. And then we're going to build this filter. Okay. So we're going to put our plumbing into the end of this. The water will go inside this chamber. This is our centipede. And it comes out through all these slots. Now, with this being at the bottom of the excavation, then we're going to put a layer of these aqua blocks on top. These are just big cubes. Like people like to say they're milk crates. They're really not. They actually have structural support. There's ribs inside there. So when these are installed properly, they'll hold a lot of weight, but what they do is they create a structural void inside our excavation. So now we've got a big void in here that allows the water to come up and then spread out. So it's going to be filling this whole chamber in here at the very bottom. That's the first layer. And what that does is allows solids to settle out. So any of the fish waste, organics, they settle out inside that chamber. Okay. And there's going to be another layer, those big ones over there. Those are filled with bio balls. They're just they're beneficial bacteria media, so somewhere for the bacteria to actually live on. So inside there, you'll go through here, you'll set out the solids. Next layer is all those bio balls. That's where all the good stuff lives. And then it flows up to the top, and it creates just another pooling area. So you won't see any of this when it's finished. Sure. And then it just flows on downstream. So is this is first, and then that, or that, and then this is guy, first, and then this, and then those, and then the other one. So imagine all that stuff inside the excavation. And then we're going to disguise it all with rock work. Awesome. And that's the important part there.
So the only purpose for this, and so once a year we can pop this lid off, drop a pump down in there, and clean out any of the fish waste, sediment, and stuff that would have accumulated in the centipede or in that first layer of aqua blocks. Okay. So it's just a clean out port.
Okay, perfect.
If you don't have the clean out
That
port.
looks like an intense piece right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the explanation, guys. Look at this, already super busy at work back here.
I say we take it down.
We're game planning the surprise project back here. You can see the paint on the ground.
Just all day learning? Good job.
You would love that, wouldn't you, bud? All day school.
No. Yeah.
I cannot believe that this is where the pond ended just yesterday. Oh my word.
So, this is the one-day home for the fish.
Nice.
Yes.
They will love it. I'm sure.
So we're pulling out the fish, and we're going to add detox when we add the water from the water truck, because you're well water, but that's chlorinated water probably from the city, and so this will get rid of the chlorine and chloramines in the water, and the fish will be okay.
Nice.
If you don't do that and you just fill it with fresh water, obviously it's been treated, the fish could die.
Oh, we don't want that happening.
No.
Okay. Pond detoxifier, very important.
So now the next step is for finish draining the water so it's low when we move the fish, and then Benjamin can help me catch all the fish and count them, which I know he loves to
Nice.
do.
Yes, he does.
So Laura, this is your plant and this is my plant.
That's not fair.
Tell us about your experiment and the results.
So I don't know a tremendous amount about pond plants yet. So I thought it would be fun, since I had the same exact variety of lily, to not repot one and then to repot the other.
A foxfire tropical lily.
Yep.
In the same 1-gallon pots that they come from the grower in, and a foxfire in a 2-gallon. Look at the difference. This is the difference with the exact same growing conditions with a plant that's put in a proper sized pot with the right soil and fertilizer versus one that's just kept in the pot from the grower.
Yep. That's a really good visual right here.
Night and day.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so I got to show you what we're setting up in the greenhouse for the tropical water lilies. It is the most massive patio bowl ever. Look at this. This is a 5-foot patio bowl, which you can use in, water features like we're doing out by the pond, where you can take this little notch out and you can have water pour out. You can have them be like a fountain feature. In this case, we are going to use them to house our tropical water lilies for the winter, which is so amazing because I was trying to think through, like, I don't really want to lose those tropicals, and I wasn't very successful wintering over the roots this last year. So since we heat this greenhouse, I thought we could have a little water garden in here, and that would be super peaceful to sit next to, and it would keep our plants alive until next season when we can put them back out. There are multiple sizes. This is the largest at 5 feet. There's a 50-inch. I think there's a couple other sizes, and they're going to be utilizing those out somewhere else. I was just telling Greg I was going to build some kind of a frame that was maybe 3 feet by 10 feet, kind of in the shape of one of our tables, kind of like this, running down the center of the greenhouse with some sort of a bowl situation that could spill into it, but we might kind of do some reverse sort of situation. I don't know what we'll end up doing in here, but I'm just super thankful to have this huge bowl to house our tropicals. Washing everything down.
We're pulling the old water out of the pond, wash down the new rocks and gravel.
Nice.
We're emptying it right out of the snorkel over there. And then we'll pump this water out again after all of that mud gets washed out.
Okay.
It'll still be dirty when we fill it up for a day or two, but then it will clear up.
Right.
But as soon as this water gets lower, Benjamin and I will catch all the fish.
Perfect. So all the water's coming from there, you guys. Being pumped from the snorkel over to the new area. Benjamin's loving his life. You know what another awesome thing about this group is that they are all family oriented, and they all bring our kids in like they're their own. So Benjamin gets to be pretty much as involved as he wants to be, and he's just loving being helpful.
What's crazy is it's 2 hours in the day, so 10-hour day yesterday, 2 hours in the day, so 12 hours after we started, we're washing down the rocks.
They're creating the first of 2 waterfalls right here, and it looks like the water, I don't know how full this is actually going to be, so I don't know. I mean, that's the bridge right there, so it's not going to go up above that. So I don't know if we're going to see any water like running down this, or if it'll be full. I'm guessing it'll be full closer up to the rock. That's kind of the fun part for me, is that it's all kind of a reveal for me as well. I mean, I'm getting to see the process, but I don't have the vision like these guys have the vision. They're starting the berm right here so we can plant. All right, Paul and Bethany just ran on an errand. They picked up these really cool branches out of Bethany's pasture. Oh, that one's neat. That one is really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, it looks like our last load of boulders has showed up. So it's 3 loads of these great big boulders all together. Look at these. Oh my goodness.
You gotta let me know when the water drops only into the middle section. And then you and I will go in there, and then your job is to count them.
Oh.
Okay? Can you be in charge of that?
Yeah, but it'll be hard.
You can't lose count of how many fish we take out.
You'll do great at that.
Are we going to power wash that rock?
Yeah. You gonna help me power wash too? Your mom's gonna power wash.
Yes. So satisfying. Okay, a bit of an update here. They have not started really digging out for the wetland filter yet. They've done a ton of finish work, and they are almost done building the waterfall that leads up into the wetland filter, but they have formed up the berm right in front, so we actually get to start planting a few things right now. So we're gonna bring over the 3 Serbian spruce trees. I think I mentioned it before, but I want to mirror the trio of Serbian spruce trees that we have on this side on the other side. So it looks kind of like a cohesive plan over here, and I think they're going to be a beautiful anchor for this space. And I almost thought about mirroring the birch trees, but I think that would be too much. So I think what we'll do, see the 3 Serbian spruce trees right here, they're gorgeous. The ones we got aren't quite that big, but I think if we drop one just to the left of where that stake is, like right in here, and then do, you know, 1, 2, 3, that would be a really gorgeous look. Benjamin's waiting until the water level is low enough, and then he and Greg are gonna get in there and fish all the fish out for the nets.
No, we're not going to kill them. We're just going to.
No, thank you for the correction there, dude. You're gonna use a net, right?
Do we have a net?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I got one. I got the first one. All right, we're ready to get in. Yep.
Ready, Benjamin? Yeah, ready.
All right, put him in, buddy. It's a showa.
There we go. That was a nice transition.
Yes.
right, guys, so we got the 3 Serbian spruce trees planted. They look awesome. Look at those on that new berm. Oh, so now Mom, Samantha, and I are gonna head to the high tunnel and we're gonna go grab some more plants. I didn't even know we were gonna do this part today. I think it's just we can work on little parts as they get done with them. I was kind of expecting Saturday we'd have to do everything all at once, so this is nice.
I'm here for the frozen lemonade.
Mom's here for the slushies. I am too, sort of. Loading up the last aronia there. So this is our first load. We've got some beautiful things, a cypress. I'll go through everything once we get it planted, but we've also got some aronia, serviceberry, there's a viburnum, sedum, cotoneasters, Russian sage, coreopsis. Boom.
It's gonna be gorgeous.
It will. Mama's watering in the spruce trees over there. And we are just gonna start placing plants wherever they're not gonna be in the way, which basically means right in front of these trees, I kind of want to keep everything else fairly open so there's access all the way around. What are you doing? Are you singing?
I just have to empty out about a pound of dirt out of each one of her shoes.
I believe it. Yes. Well, Chad just showed up with his water truck full of water, so we are going to start filling the existing pond first.
So satisfied.
So we just noticed that this side is full, and look at this, the water has started to cruise this direction. It's going to take a while though, because it's got to fill up the whole wetlands, and then it will take off downstream. Oh, it has filled the wetlands. Look at this.
The dream stream is born.
Yay. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
Laura, come over here. It's coming this way.
Okay, I'm coming. Oh my goodness. Look at how gorgeous. Ah. I cannot believe we're even seeing water in this today. I didn't think this was going to happen till tomorrow. So it's flowing from the main pond right now this way, when in the end it'll be flowing from the waterfall this way. So this is like the one time we get to see it flow from the opposite direction. Incredible.
It's so awesome.
I know. I love it.
Just think, yesterday morning this was just dirt.
I know. I don't even know how that's possible. Well, I do know how that's possible.
This is awesome.
And it's flowing the opposite direction right now.
I know.
So it's probably the only time, but it's gorgeous. Look at it going under that log.
Yeah.
right, guys, so the end of day 2, we've got a little bit of a windstorm going on, so that's going to kind of halt progress here. However, there was a ton of progress today. I was just so excited about this whole thing. Tomorrow we will have pond plants. We'll put the fish back in the pond. They'll finish the waterfall and all the, the finishing touches up. So I just want to walk you around and show you what we did today. You're just going to have to ignore all the leaves and such and debris that has now gathered around all of the plants in this area because of the wind. Like just earlier today, this was completely clean, and now we've got a nice leaf floor. I also started bringing some of our plants over to plant tomorrow, and I'm just going to leave them tipped over because it's less traumatic on them to not fall over a bunch of times. But if we walk in here, you can see right where the pond used to end. And then look at this. Look at how gorgeous. Now the water is not currently running because they do not have the waterfall. I'll show you all of that once we get to the end there. But we did get the clean done. So the fish came out and they're sitting over there in a tank. The rocks and everything got cleaned in this area. The waterfall, it looks absolutely beautiful. Actually looking very clear, especially for all the dust blowing around right now. That is just wild to me. So it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So the water will be running from there. So the current will move down this way before it, returns itself back to that side. So let's take a look at these stairs that go right over the water. But if we continue on back behind, follow the walkway, and we can go right over this stone bridge. You can see the water on either side of it. So they made sure that the water will be about 1 inch or so below the bottom of the rock, so that if there is debris, which there will be, like there is now, it'll have a chance to run under the rock and make its way over to the skimmer basket in the end. So this is where the water stops at the moment, and then they worked on this today. This is the wetland filter, which we looked at those pieces first thing this morning. There's that caterpillar, and then the aqua blocks with the aqua balls inside of all the blocks. Oh my word, hold on. Oh, the dirt. Ah. Anyway, the aqua blocks filled with the aqua balls, and then there's the, hold on. I can't remember the name of it right now because I'm flustered, but the little clean out thing. This right here that we can open up. It'll be underwater so you won't see it. You can open up, you can pop a pump down in there to pump out water out of the wetland here. So like this whole area, that's where all those stacks of aqua blocks are. And now they're working on building up the waterfall area. So this will kind of be like a little pool down here, and the water will kind of wash up on these stones. And they're doing kind of more of a beach entrance feel from here because, let me get in here. So as we're standing here, that boulder will be gone, that big one. And the view will bring you right to where the water is going to spill over, which is perfect because it lines up with the window in our house. So we can see, if we lined up the waterfall, which the first plan was to line it up with the doors of the Hartley. There's, the sundial in the middle, now in the middle of the parterre garden, which would kind of obscure the view. And, we're not really standing in the middle of the doors when we're in there. So we thought, wouldn't it be nice to see that view and see that movement from the house, from a view in the house. So I'm really excited about how things kind of morphed a little bit. I think there's going to be a lot more room for plants and for the plants to make sense up front. We only did get the 3 Serbian spruces planted today. Tomorrow will be the big push for plants, pond plants and in-ground plants. It's going to be wild. Holy moly. But let's walk up here and you can see the berm that they will be forming up. Well, is this where the water is going to come from? I think this is going to go here and the water will spill. I'm not really sure. They've still got a whole bunch of soil to deal with back here and kind of form up into our berm. And here's a view from this area. The powder dirt blowing through. Oh my word. It was an extremely productive day. The whole team just worked their tails off to get to where we are right now. The wind came up right during dinner, so I'm hoping that the tent is still standing. I don't know. We'll have to see how it's going, but it's just been a wonderful time, you guys. And I think I probably say this every single time after a project like this, but it's inspiring to watch a team work like they do, because you're seeing creativity, you're seeing teamwork, you're seeing like the respect level that they all have for each other, the respect in each other's talent and skill. And it's just a really wonderful thing to see. So anyway, wish I had a little bit better weather to show you around for this end tour of day number 2. We have day number 3 tomorrow where we're hoping to finish it all up. So we will see you in the next video. Bye.